Peace fam, Pharaoh Neverton again, back at again with another video. Make sure to hit the like button if you're here. Now, I want to thank you guys for being a part of the community again. This community will not be a community without you guys. With that being said, we are going to go over the South Node in this video. I'm looking down because I have some notes because it's a lot to memorize. It's a lot to memorize, bro. And so the first thing I want to talk about with the South Node is what are the nodes in general, right? The nodes are basically points where the sun's path intersects with the ecliptic plane, right? And that is basically, so the ecliptic plane is basically, it's a lot to explain. I'm gonna have to make a separate video for that one because I'm gonna have to put photos for you to actually visualize it, because it took me a while to grasp it because I couldn't visualize it. And I know a photo was worth 1,000 words, so I'm gonna make a separate video for the ecliptic plane and what that really is. But just know that it's basically the furthest point the moon goes to when it orbits the Earth. That's a good way of putting it, right? The farthest, right? And the one side of the farthest is the North Node, one side is the South Node. Right now in this video we're talking about the South Node, right? If you're watching this around April 30th or around that time, we're about to experience a solar eclipse. The eclipses actually happen around the nodes, right? Which is very interesting because the nodes is like a entranceway for energies of the metaphysical realm to come into your physical reality and change things. For example, April 30th, right, is the solar eclipse. The solar eclipse is basically a way of bringing in energy to your reality. And then there's going to be a 2-week period where you're going to experience the solar eclipse, right? And then on March 16th, March 16th, you're going to experience the lunar eclipse, which is when it's more now looking back at what happened and doing more like shadow work and like releasing things, especially because it's in Scorpio, releasing things that is not serving you anymore, right? Now, how does this all apply to health and shit, right? So the South Node talks about things where whenever you think about the South Node, think of weak, drained, fatigued, deficient, genetic issues, and addictions, right? So think of like, and this could also come to psychological issues or subconscious issues like PTSD, things of that nature. So like, my South Node is in Gemini. The South Node in Gemini, from my experience, can indicate issues of the lungs that issues of the lungs, but also issues of the mind, or also issues of the nervous system where you are not really sure where it's coming from. Like, it could be trauma. For example, and this is a perfect example, I've had trauma growing up as a child in terms of communicating my thoughts. Because whenever I would communicate my thoughts, I would get a negative reaction for communicating those thoughts. And it would affect my breathing patterns. Let me phrase it. It would affect me physically, the muscles around my lungs, which affected the breathing patterns, which also affected the nervous system. And remember, my South Node is in there. And so with a South Node in Gemini, for me, through my experience, I can see how the South Node would affect that part of my body in that way. You follow me? The North Node is a little different. If I'm not mistaken, the North Node is more in terms of bacteria and pathogens that are not like readily known to modern medicine, right? But that's beside the point. We're talking about the South Node, right? So yeah, that is basically how the South Node works, right? And you want to, and like I said, this is the basic video. I'm going to go more into how the South Node goes into, works with Aries, or works with Gemini, or works with Sagittarius, etc., right? This is a basic video so that you can get a better grasp of what the South Node is, or what the node even is, right? With that being said, this is the end of the video. Thank you guys for being a part. Stay tuned for the more in-depth videos. I'm knocking these videos out to give you guys some content to do some research on, to look up, right? With that being said, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. If you have a question, please leave a comment down below on the channel. And that's really all I got. With that being said, I love you. See you on the next one.